As you can see here, I have a Thrustmaster T500 RS pedal set. I believe it's a good middle of the road pedal set. It's not the high end and it's not the low end. The gas is sprung rather loosely. The brake has pretty nice tension to it, which you can stiffen, and the clutch is sprung as loosely as the gas pedal is. Therefore, I need something that allows me to feel the depression of the pedal, and so I can kind of control how far I need it to go, how I can bring it back. And so, like I stated earlier, we all start with our socks. And that's natural, but it's very clear, as you can see here, that your feet slide. There's no way for you to be able to control your foot from falling off of the pedals. And what happens is we end up taking our toes and curling them around the edge of the pedals, so therefore we can push forward and pull back in a controlled manner. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I just think that it was time that, we needed something a little more. So the first thing I did, like I'm sure you did, is you got yourself a pair of shoes. Well, that's fine and dandy. The thinner the sole, the better. The more flexible, the better. But anything that has a full rubber bottom does one thing in common, and it's what I call the ratcheting effect. As you can see here, I depress the pedal, it pulls my heel. I try to get off the pedal, and it pushes the face of my foot up the pedal, and so therefore it continues to go, creating the ratcheting. The more I depress and get off, the closer my heel gets to the pedal face. So therefore I have to lift my foot, bring it back, and start the program all over again. There's a couple of problems with this. One is that I have lack of control, so therefore I have to lift my foot and just use the tip of my toe on my pedals, which creates muscle fatigue in my leg, and I just don't have that nice easy way of controlling my pedals. I decided that I wanted to break the foot up into two pieces, if you will. I created what I call the heel section, and this is made out of 3mm neoprene that is covered with jersey as well as UBL, unbreakable loop material. Unbreakable loop material allows for the hook portion to be connected to. In its current state, as you see here, it's as smooth as a regular sock, therefore it performs the same way. The only benefit in this state is the fact that you will still have full slip if you are a sock user and you wanted cushioning on your heel. But here's where the beautiful part of this product comes in. If you take the heel section and you add a 3mm hook one side, rubber on the other side, and attach that to your strategic place of comfort on your heel, you will find out that once you place your foot back onto the pedal base, that you have unbelievable grip. You are creating a pivot point. So now you'll notice that your foot is able to pivot at your ankle. You can depress the pedal. You can let the pedal face slide under your foot, and your foot will stay exactly where you planted it with little effort on your part. This is quite revolutionary for sim racing, and we'll do some more discussion on this a little bit later. I would like to introduce the toe section now. As I stated earlier, it's very important to have the foot break up into two zones. I've always offered heel grip and toe grip, heel slip and toe slip, but this is the first time that I've been able to break the two apart and let you interchange them independently. This has many benefits, from being able to, on the fly, change my footwear style based on my driving style. Also, as wear and tear comes into play, I can replace a section opposed to a whole boot. And as you can see here, I've left my heel section on with the soft grip, and I put on my toe section with the toe slip. This is reminiscent of the heel with just a sock. I still have the tactile feedback. The benefit is I have perforated jersey cover neoprene on my toe, and I have a 3mm buffer of the neoprene in contact with the pedal face. So taking it to the next step, I will interchange that toe section, which had the slip on the bottom, with the toe section with the grip on the bottom. Now, you may ask, what's the benefit of this? The benefit of this is that I now can control my pedal face without sliding on it. I am in contact with the pedal face. And for this version, I want to get rid of the grip on my heel, because if you remember with the shoe section, when I have grip on the heel and grip on the toe, it creates the ratcheting effect, which subconsciously makes me lift my foot and pay attention to where my position is on my pedal and where my foot position is on the base, and it creates muscle fatigue and all kind of just things that interfere with my racing and does not let me concentrate on my racing line. So once this is adjusted and put in place, you'll see that I now have slip on my heel, which is like a sock, and I have grip on my toe, which is like a shoe. And what this allows me to do is get into the pedal, get into the brake, and let my heel slide back and forth. If you notice, the toe of my foot is stuck to the pedal face and does not move. I'm able to pivot it on the pedals, and that's because my heels can slide on the base and my toes are stuck. This is very unique when it comes to sim racing footwear, and simBOOT is the only one that does that. In all fairness, I think it's best that I show that simBOOT is not immune to the ratcheting effect of a full rubber bottom footwear product. I can tell you this, the 3mm soft rubber is more pliable than any rubber you'll find on any other footwear product. So therefore, it's not about what type of shoe you wear. It's purely about the fact that you have grip on the toe and grip on the heel. As you can see here, the ratcheting effect is back. I'm using the same pressure, the same push point, and you can notice that the simBOOT is now climbing up the pedal face, causing my heel to inch ever so closer to the pedal face. Once again, the ratcheting effect. It just boggles my brain that people really like to discuss how important it is that they have a real racing shoe, when for sim racing, the function just isn't there. And that's obvious. I hope that you noticed, because I sure do.